Hello, everyone. My name is Denisha Poplis, and I am here yet again with Volunteers in Public Schools. So excited to have a super summer reader join us today to talk about his experience with this amazing project. Today, we have Mr. Tramelle Howard from the EBR School Board and the Education Trust. Hello, how are you?
Hey, Denisha, it's great to be here. I mean, it's still weird introducing yourself to people when normally these kind of conversations will take place in person, but it's still great to be here and in your presence to talk about a wonderful program and a wonderful experience.
Yes, yes. Well, I definitely understand that we are all adjusting. So first, let me start off by saying thank you so much for being a part of this project. We truly appreciate you sharing your time, your expertise with us. Your story time was absolutely amazing. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do as the vice president of the EBR School Board and as the Louisiana External Relations and Policy Manager at the Education Trust.
That is correct. So first, again, thank you so much for the opportunity. So I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So education has always been like a pivotal point of me figuring out what I wanted to do in my life. It's weird because my journey in education was actually different. I really had in my mind I was going to be a lawyer.
Mhm.
Every day I was, working towards becoming a lawyer. Then I got to college and then totally changed my mind again. And I decided I wanted to go into accounting for a year. Then I changed again and decided I wanted to be a journalist. So I've been constantly trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. But education has always been so important to me. So I actually ended up graduating from undergrad, went to law school, and then I worked in the legal field for about 2 years. And I really felt like, it was a good experience. It was all the things they talked about. I worked in governmental law for our Office of General Counsel, but there was just always this missing piece. Like I always felt like I needed to do something more to really inspire the youth from a ground level. And so I actually left the state working in our Office of Procurement, doing like contractual law and contractual work, and I went to join Teach for America. And it was one of those things where your parents are like, "What are you doing?" Because,
Yes.
all this time, all this money and energy in law school, and now you're about to go teach. And I was just like, "Yeah, I think this is where my life is taking me at this moment." And I think joining Teach for America was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because my first day in a classroom, I really felt like um, passion, my drive, and all of those things had meshed into one. And so teaching was where I wanted to be. So I spent some time in the classroom, spent some time in school, and I just kept wanting more related to what was happening in the educational system. I went to do an internship at DOE, and just learned so much about just sort of like the experience of policymaking and like how we come to have the rules and regulations that are inside of schooling. And so yeah, I decided that education was where I wanted to be. I love teaching. I love my students. I taught middle school, so it's one of those grades where you either love it or you hate it. And so I absolutely love middle school. Love my experience. Taught seventh grade English and eighth grade social studies, and I just continued to just figure out ways to continue to leave a footprint in education. And so running for office still wasn't like one of those things. I was like, oh yeah, that's the next thing to do. I mean, because I always felt when I saw politicians, like I just felt like it just seemed so tense to be a politician, to have to always have people watching your every move, and like it just feels like you can't do or be who you are and be a politician. And so I was like, nah, I'm not running for office. But I met a mentor who kind of just talked to me about the experience and the importance of people who represent the community serving in that capacity. And so, I did some research. I went to a policy convention in DC, and it was just young African American men and women who wanted to change the world through elected office. And I left there so inspired and just empowered to do the work of the people. And I came back, ran for school board. I ran against an 8-year incumbent, and I won the election, becoming the youngest person ever elected to our school board here in Baton Rouge. And it has been such a rewarding experience to just be able to serve this community, serve this city, and just really give back to the city that's meant so much to me and to my life. And so Baton Rouge has always been home. It's always had a special place in my heart. And so any opportunity I give to help other people be inspired to do the work in Baton Rouge is one that I cherish, and I'm so thankful that I've had the opportunity to do it. And being on school board